Hello, hello, and welcome back. I almost lost my voice. It feels like a second summer out here almost, although it doesn't look like it from the trees. There's almost there's not very many leaves compared to what there used to be, and you can hear the construction from across the road. They're redoing the siding and the roof and all that stuff. Actually looks pretty nice. They must be selling the apartment. That's what I'm thinking. It's funny how things come and go. How difficult it can seem sometimes, and then a few days later, you can't imagine feeling the same way you once felt. I'm finding that it's a very strange thing to be a human being when it comes to our emotions and the wide range of ups and downs and how steep each of them seem from one another. To be really sad and really angry is just as alien and different as being at the bottom of the ocean as it is to be on the top of a mountain. It just doesn't feel as though it's possible to feel really bad when you feel really good, and vice versa. And I've said this in some videos before, and it can be very difficult to remember that when you feel really down, really low, and when you're feeling really happy, up, really good. It's difficult to remember that, not to take advantage of people, to not act out of your ego, to not look down on others who are suffering. It's difficult to be as compassionate when you don't remember what it feels like to feel that sad because you feel so good right now. I'm learning that's one of the valuable lessons that pain teaches you. When you feel down, when you feel really low, and then you come out of it, it's like you're being shown what all those people are feeling like. That feeling that you think in some way is lower than you, or that feeling in some way you don't want, or that you classify as negative. It's like I mentioned a couple of videos ago, it brings you closer to everyone when you experience that yourself. You hear in a lot of people who have been through a near-death experience that when they come back, they say that what they found the most important thing in life, what they were shown, is to love other people. And it seems as though, for me, that when I go through a very painful experience, I feel as though it's easier to love other people. I don't feel so separate and so different from those people because I've just been through it myself. When it comes to pain, it's so misunderstood. Because when you're feeling it, it feels to me so destructive. It feels so of a low energy. It feels so down. It feels it's so unpleasant. It's so unpleasant that we couldn't imagine that there's a value to it. So oftentimes you You have to look back. You have to look back in life to get a wider, a broader perspective of things, and to put everything in its proper, in order, its proper place, to realize that there's value in something even as painful as, feeling depressed and sad. And I've heard said that all meaning you give to life, or all meaning in life, you give it. And to feel a certain amount of happiness in life, it's valuable to add a certain meaning yourself. And realizing that you are the creator of that the meaning you have in life, you give it, and to know you can give it meaning makes something like pain not meaningless. Because when pain is meaningless, then life can sometimes feel meaningless, especially if you feel painful or a lot of pain. I'm realizing that feeling happy and feeling peaceful is not the point of life, but instead the lessons that you learn, if you see them from what they are, the experiences that you go through, if you see them from what they are, they all seem to be aligning you to a position where you can love other people, where you can forgive other people. It's all in an attempt to lessen your ego and bring us together. It seems to be, for me anyways. A lot of people in the spiritual movement, the spiritual community, don't talk a lot about darkness and pain and the value of it. You hear a lot of talk about love and light. And the thing about that is that it's very one-sided. It feels great. It's very good to feel that way because, well, you wouldn't want to feel sad all the time. A lot of people might lead people to commit suicide or, hurt other people, themselves, and so on. But when you're feeling good all the time, then you feel separate from the people who are hurting. And a lot of times in the spiritual community, people talk about protecting your energy, protecting yourself. It's almost as though they get to this point where they feel really happy and they want to cast this protection bubble around them to keep the happiness they have, to avoid feeling negative feelings ever again. It's almost as though it's the spiritual community sees spirituality as grabbing good feelings and running away with them, running away from negative ones, holding on to it and no negative, stay away. So be careful, be very wary of that, be very aware that there is no negative feelings or negative experiences, really. Although we might feel bad, uncomfortable, unpleasant, that even an experience we classify as negative, when we are able to add value, meaning to it, we can see that it brings us all close together. So don't avoid anything. Whatever you feel it fully. Whatever you're experiencing, experience it fully. Give yourself permission to explore the totality, the total experience of what it is to be a human being. Embrace the whole of it and go into it. Don't run from any of it. So I leave you with that. Wherever you are around the world, whatever time it is that you're watching this video, thank you, thank you, thank you. What a nice day. Peace.